Hey everyone, how you doing? This is Amon Green, Green Bay Packers all-time leader in rushing, and you're watching Packers Total Access Live, your daily source for Packer content. Go Pack, go!
What's up, guys? Welcome into the PTA postgame show. My name is Clayton. You can check us out on packernet.com. You can find me on Twitter at Packers_access. The Green Bay Packers drop a tough one here to the Philadelphia Eagles, 10-7. Man, what a game. Hell of a game. Tough outcome. Like the fight at the end. Defense, championship defense. I mean, my goodness. I was coming into this game thinking it's probably going to be 2017, 24-20, something like that, right? And the defense just played their asses off. Offense, I don't want to say non-existent. They moved the ball quite a bit at times, but man, just crucial mistakes. Again, middle eight. The middle eight was tied 0-0. However, lost in the shuffle there. It should have been 3-0. You're in field goal range, right on the cusp of field goal range, and you get just a horrible fumble there from Jordan Love, trying to just do too much. Once again, it's the same story. You've got to know, hey, when to play for another down, when to tuck that thing, when to protect the football. We love it when he hits on these plays, but man, it just seems like they happen in the most crucial situation where he's just trying to do too much, and that's what ends up essentially losing you the turnover battle 2-1, right? But more importantly, that 3 points you would have had going into halftime and kind of carrying some momentum. And once again, we're talking about a situation, whether it's a coach deciding to go for it on fourth down, which in this case it didn't apply, and you passing up on 3 points, or your quarterback fumbling the football in a crucial situation where you could have had 3 points. Nonetheless, you lose by 3 points. All 3 losses this year, guys. All 3 of Green Bay's losses, a total of 9 points. That's just wild to think about. Absolutely wild. So again, middle eight, 0-0, turnover differential. You lose 2-1. However, keep in mind that fumble from Jacobs. I don't know if you really want to call that a turnover. He's just trying to lateral it backwards there at the end of the game. It's the last hope, if you will. I will say this: I don't know what the hell Nick Sirianni was smoking, deciding to throw that pass up rather than try to punt and pin them deep. That was really, really strange play call there. Made it a little bit closer at the end than it should have been. Got a lot of notes here, a lot of red on the board tonight. But we'll start with the Super Chats. I know we got Jacob joining us as well. We see your Super Chats. Get those in. We'll hit them in rapid-fire order. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us here. Another tough loss for the Green Bay Packers. Listen, before I turn it over to Jacob, this is my mindset in this game. Going into the season, when we did our pick-ems, right, we went through and kind of picked the schedule and came up with our range of win-losses, right? Beginning of the season, I said 11 to 13 wins was my range. This was one of the losses I had. Right. I also had them splitting those first 2 games between the Lions and the Commanders. I had them winning one, losing one. Well, you win both those, then you lose to 2 fairly bad teams, and the Browns, obviously, and who else was it? The Bengals, I believe, right? So, in a nutshell, you're kind of coming out in the wash here. The thing that bothers me about this Eagles game is, once again, you just had a chance to win this ball game, and the offense just couldn't string it together. Watching Ryan tweet, Pack Daddy, it was like he was reading my mind. He was tweeting exactly how I felt. I felt like this team let Matt LaFleur down tonight. I really did. Now, if it was Matt LaFleur's decision to have Bo Melton out there on so many opportunities in the passing game, that's on Matt LaFleur. I don't think it was. I'm trying to figure out why the hell wasn't Savion not on the field in those situations, right? Why was Musgrave not flexed out in those situations? Why did we have to go to Bo Melton? Because, guys, there was at one point Bo Melton had twice as many targets as Christian Watson. When I looked up in the fourth quarter, Bo Melton had 4 targets and Christian Watson only had 2. And I'm like, this doesn't make sense. And again, you're not going to be able to convince me that Matt LaFleur said, all right, here's the plan, guys. Bo Melton's going to be the focal point in the second half. Something had to happen there. And you got to put some of that on Jordan Love for targeting him. Now, however, Bo Melton, butt naked through the trailer park, lets it hit his chest plate. he almost caught that pass like he's a corner playing receiver. Would you guys agree? So that's exactly what I thought that's a cornerback playing receiver. So hopefully we get some answers as to why he was getting all the targets. But let's go around the horn, and then I said we'll rapid fire the super chats, and we'll continue with the chat, kind of see how everybody's feeling here. Let's start with you, Jacob. Your initial thoughts here. Packers lose 10-7. Middle 8, 0-0 turnover differential. They lose that 2-1. And, of course, you had the middle 8 fumble. That was just absolutely crucial.
Yeah, can't sugarcoat it. My voice is literally gone. It hurts right now. I highlighted about 5 different things. The no punt when it was 3-0. I mean, I don't understand that. Just trying to go for it. I don't understand that. The fact that we lost Jenkins for Ryan. I'm not honestly sure if that was a plus or minus. It seemed like actually Ryan did decently well, in my opinion.
I agree.
Which was different, to think about. Jordan Love's fumble was just inexcusable. That was just sloppy. And that comes after the play before that. He was very, I would say, stupid with the ball as well. Like there was some key situations where that guy just needs to understand, to live to play another down. The illegal formation was a killer. You wouldn't convince me otherwise that if that play stands, we're right there at the 10. We're going to score that. I'm pretty sure we're going to get at least points, right?
Yeah, right.
Bo Melton, why is he in the game so much? When he's in the game, why is he making some crazy – that drop was inexcusable. If one that probably won't go so much is when he's on the punt coverage, you got to know that where you're at, man. You can't let that foot go into the if we would have had down perfect that at the punt. Perfect punt, you got to understand where you are on the field, dude. That's what you're doing. We crossed the 55 times with no points up until that last half of the fourth quarter. I agree. I don't. There was a lot here. I usually try to come on here and we try to be positive. I did not like the play calling. I thought we forced way too many runs on first and second down, sending us in thirds.
We disagree there for sure. I'm even had that conversation.
I just didn't. It felt like we were setting ourselves up for third downs, and I didn't like it. And again, the fact that Bo Melton is out targeting a guy like Watson is just inexcusable to me. And to your point, he looked like a cornerback playing wide receiver out there, because that's what we freaking made him do.
I know Jacob was screaming this.
Cheese curds and my stomach hurt all the time, but I do eat them though.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
Hold on, Emilio, before you go, how about Jacob taking notes and charting tonight, bro? Let's go. Man. I love it, dude. I love it. Go ahead.
I couldn't even follow it up because I really
you over eating Chick-fil-A. You got
the amount of energy that Jacob has in that. He lost his voice this game. I did not. I was kind of sitting in silence. It was just a quiet watch of just frustration. There was some good, definitely, but man, just so many mental errors that just absolutely killed us. Penalties are a killer. We can't get out of our own way. I don't know what the problem is with that. Yeah, Bo had a couple mentals. Tough on him because, he's used to running gunner and being special teams ace. You got your shot. You got to play offense, and you made some mental errors. I love that we brought in that big heavy package with Kennard. We went, 70 heavy, but, a couple of those, we had a couple screamers on those plays. We got a couple of huge plays on that, but penalties or, issues on each of those. And it's just terrible. I mean, our defense was playing killer. I thought, the corners had a good game. I thought Evan had a good game besides the touchdown catch on him. I thought Evan had a great game. Coop had a good game, missed one tackle. I felt like Quay had a decent game. I think McDuffie was kind of struggling a little bit out there. They caught him in a couple in-betweens on those flat routes. That was a tough watch, man. Yeah. I literally just got out of the shower. That's why I'm late. I had to get that
wash that off
immediately.
Oh, love it, man. Love it. So, just kind of looking at some of the stats here. The Packers had 18 first downs. The Eagles only had 13. They have 5 more first downs than the Eagles. Rushing first downs, the Packers actually had 7 rushing first downs, 3 more than the Eagles' 4 rushing first downs. Total plays, the Packers did run 66 plays. The Eagles only ran 60. Total yards, they did out-earn the Packers, or outperform the Packers in total yardage, 294 to 261. So let's hit these super chats. We'll get those caught up real quick, and then we'll just go around. Let's just kind of answer these together. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Wade's Schultz, right? Wade Schultz, I believe that's right. Becoming a member here. Appreciate you, buddy. Seth Reuter with the super chat. 2 bad fumbles, and I think questions. 4th down decision making is what it boiled down to. Yeah, the 4th down decision making continues to get a little strange, man. It's I don't know, dude. I'm with Jacob on that one, and I'll have to go back and watch it. Everything's kind of the fog of war in the middle of a game while you're watching it, but you get a chance. You could tell how the direction that game was going. Try to pin them deep. Let's play the field position game here and kind of keep pinning them back in that regard. I don't know why the super chat is that big. There's got to be a way we could change that. I'm gonna see if I can do that. Everything completely reset, by the way, when I jumped in here. So it was really strange. Everything was completely different. Anyway,
why not, right?
Yeah, use the default font. Yeah, oh well, we'll roll with it. So anyway, Seth, yeah, I agree there. As far as 2 bad fumbles, that second fumble, that was just Josh Jacobs. Am I wrong there, guys? Am I misremembering? It just kind of was like he was trying to shovel it back to keep the play alive on 4th down there.
Who on Josh at the end there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I think it was a speed up play. Jordan was kind of hugging behind him because he knew it kind of got blown up. Jordan thought, hey, we need to just make something out of nothing here. And kind of like what happened on Jordan's fumble. He was trying to get the ball up and out and over to him.
Yeah.
Didn't happen.
I thought it looked like he might have got it knocked out, but I could be wrong.
Okay. Got it.
Like he was fighting for extra yardage and just got it knocked out.
Gotcha. All right. Thank you for the super chat, Seth. Appreciate you, buddy. King Tron with the super chat. Was it rough? Hell yes, but our defense played their asses off, and so did Philly. We took the defending champs to the end. Hurts was running for his life. That's a great point. Hurts never looked comfortable all night. And even that throw he connected with Devonta Smith, which, by the way, talked about it in the game plan, that's going to be the deep threat guy. I thought Evan Williams played the ball pretty good. Could have got up a little higher, maybe missed time to jump, but I thought he recovered well. As Troy Aikman said on the telecast, like, that's a tough ask. You got Devonta running straight at you, right? He gives a little jab step out. I thought Evan played it pretty well. I thought Evan played a good game, to be honest with you, especially.
Yeah. I said the same thing, Clay. Right now, prelim, he's the 2nd worst on D.
Is he really?
Yeah. I think it's that coverage grade of a 40 right now.
Wow, man, I would not have thought that.
But his run defense is a 69.8, basically a 70, tackle 55, and a pass rush of a 60. I thought Evan had a decent game too. I thought I really honestly think most of the defense had a good game, except for one mistake here or there by like each person. Like you get one, and it seemed like they all piled up in this game.
Got it.
That's interesting because he's tied for tackles, 4 solo, 7 total. Had 2 tackles for loss. I mean, other than like you said, Emilio, that play where, and I think he was right there to make a play. If he would have shifted his arm just a little bit more, like, you know what I mean, when an inch in either direction, he probably knocks that ball out. It's one of those freak plays that Devonta Smith just came down with the ball. He had some of those tackles for loss were absolutely incredible. I thought he came up and stuffed Saquon, which is not an easy task. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and Phil from deep safety spot. I mean, he came up.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
And again, Tron, thank you for that super chat, buddy. We appreciate you. Seth Reuter with the super chat. Also, don't understand why 2-minute offense looks 10 times better. Emilio,
what do you say?
I'm telling you.
Tempo.
Tempo, man. Today, let's run it today. I'm telling you, our offense looks 100 times smoother when we run tempo. I don't know what it is. Even if it's the play calls are, more of the baseline, we know them better. Jordan Love feels comfortable. Maybe he gets a little bit longer time to scan. You get emotion in there. Whatever it is, our offense runs better out of tempo. It seems to just hum right along. And the problem is we're a good offense, so they want to keep us off the field. So Matt LaFleur is probably thinking, hey, I need to draw this out a little bit. We need to, use the clock. We need to get our defense a breather. But our offense just runs so much better with speed and tempo. I don't know.
I completely agree. Jacob, do you agree with that too, man?
Absolutely. And it seems like it's been like this for a long time, where at the end of the games, it seems like anytime that there's a matchup where it's neck and neck, all of a sudden at the end of the game, when we start playing tempo, it's just like we start just clicking. Yeah. And
our 2-minute drive right at the end of the cycle before the fumble, boom, right down the field, no problem.
And I guess that would be my only criticism is to I didn't like the slow, methodical first down running, second down running, and then all of a sudden we're like in a 3rd and short, and it just seemed like we couldn't get any sort of rhythm going. It felt like it was too slow. So I do agree with Emilio that once we start hitting it, I'd be much more okay with the fact if we're running on a first and second down, if we're doing it quickly and trying to keep the defense on their heels. I felt like they had way too much time to set up and kind of reevaluate our formations and kind of key in on what we're about to do. And it felt just a lot like we telegraphed a lot of our offense today. I could be completely wrong. I'm just an idiot sitting here on a couch. But it just, certain calls baffled me, and it felt like we went away from stuff when we started to get hot. It felt like we just would calm ourselves down by just taking 30 seconds to run the ball, 30 seconds, run the ball, set us up for a 3rd and 4, a 3rd and short, and then we just aren't converting. And it's very hard to watch.
Yeah. All right. So there you go, Seth. Appreciate you, man. I think we all agree there's something about that 2-minute offense that just looks more comfortable. I think it has a lot to do with getting yourself trapped in 11 personnel. I know I've been screaming that for a while. I love 11 personnel. And you typically find yourself in the 2-minute offense with more of a spread look as opposed to the nasty splits. And to me, that helps out with the passing game big time. You know, it does. So, again, Seth, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Good to see you in here. Chris the Casual in with the super chat. Thank you, buddy. Can Matt LaFleur scheme up open receivers like years ago? I don't know, man. There's a couple times Romeo Dobbs running butt naked through the trailer park, and Love just didn't see him.
Great.
You know, and this is what me and Ryan were talking about, Chris, on Twitter, bro. It's like more often than not, I'm looking up going, damn, drop pass. Man, the protection completely caved and Love had to scramble. Man, Love fumbling that football in the crucial middle eight, right? Love not getting the ball to open receivers in a couple of different situations. And then he'll turn around and he'll throw a dime piece, right, to Wicks on a 3rd down or whatever. And it's just like, it's just inconsistencies. Troy Aikman, I thought he took the words out of my mouth when he said, man, if he leads Watson, what he was trying to say is lead him flat there. Yeah. And he kind of sent it upfield. Now, keep in mind, Love had to sidestep left, step up, square back up. It's not like it was a perfect pocket, right? But again, you're getting paid a lot of money. You got to be able to make that throw. But if he flattens that thing off to Watson, you're inside the 20 like that. Now, should they have been there? No, because Sirianni, can somebody explain to me what the hell he was thinking there? That decision at the end, Sirianni throwing that pass deep and giving them an opopportunity, Emilio?
I don't even think he wanted him to go deep. When you were watching Sirianni after the play, all he said was why when he was walking down the sideline in his mic. And I honestly I think it was supposed to be like a flat out to Goddard on the right side or something. even if you get in the field to play, get up, turn it upfield. But
do you think too? In my opinion, Carrington got away with he didn't look back. He ran into the wide receiver too. I feel like the refs almost gave him a little bit of Sirianni should have went for that. We're not going to call the flag.
Hit or miss. I don't think Brown tried to go through him as much as I think they were both just standing up vertically, and the ball just hit Carrington in the back, and Brown was like, "Are you kidding me? Like that was the one ball I got in the second half. That was it, Jalen." Like.
I think they were both thinking he ain't gonna throw this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And then he threw it. So, yeah, very interesting there at the end. But yeah, Chris, I got to push back a little bit there, though, man. I felt like receivers were open, especially later in the game. The second half adjustment, I felt like looked a lot better. Now, boy, when we went on that drive there, what was it in the 4th quarter, right? When they went down and scored that touchdown, and Josh Jacobs, listen, man, that dude, you got to tip your cap to him.
He's a heartbeat, man.
He runs so damn hard. And what sucks is a couple red notes here. One time, he runs the route right into Heath's route. I think that was on Jacobs and not Heath. And then at the end, should have cut out. I don't know what he was doing turning inside unless he just thought Jordan's in trouble. But he sees the defender right there. I say that because that's two fairly
he would have probably ran that to the 20.
Think? Right.
There was nobody there.
I honestly think he was just trying to peek at Bond. I think he was trying to still keep a peek at him while he was looking, and he maybe thought Jordan had another half second. But yeah, he got his man outside there.
That makes sense. Thanks for the super chat, Chris. Appreciate you, buddy. Randy Steen with the super says Melton body catches, Love missed Watson bad at the end, but regardless of all that, running the shotgun formation outside run on 4th and 1 is crazy. It wasn't an outside run though. Randy, that was an inside zone that got blew up and looked like an outside run. If I remember correctly, I got to go watch the tape. You could be correct. I hate saying this type of stuff without going and watching the end zone cam and the all 22. But to me, it looked like an inside zone run. And I got to be honest with you, I don't have a problem with that play call. Philly blew it up, but I'm telling you right now, I see them blow up an inside zone on what was it? 2 yards is what you needed, if I remember correctly. 4th and 2.
No, I thought it was 4th and 1.
Was it 4th and 1? Okay, so that makes me feel even better. If they come out and they throw the ball on 4th and 1 and it falls incomplete, I'm on here cussing. I'm just telling you right now. So I can live with if we can't gain a yard, we don't deserve to win the ball game. I can't handle that. You need 1 yard to keep the chains moving. And again, Randy, it may have been an outside run, to me, it looked like it was an inside zone that got blew up, and he's trying to kick it out because they were in the backfield so quick, and that might have been more on the snap count too, right, guys?
Yeah, because I mean they hurried up to the line, right, and I thought Love was going to start back in shotgun, make a quick call and then get up under him and just take a quick sneak and go. But
that's what I thought.
I just noticed the scissors over here, guys. Don't worry, I'm good. All right, I'm good. I had to cut a label off of something earlier. We're all right. So.
No, that's
the body catch though, man. What do you expect though, right? It's I don't understand.
I think Bo knew the flyer better than Savion did. I think.
But what about Malik Heath? Why didn't we he didn't? Why do you trust him over Malik Heath or a guy like
what Emilio's saying is if you remember last year we talked about this at the end of the year, right, Emilio? That Bo seemed to be the backup flyer last year, right, at the end of the year. So what he's saying is if these other receivers haven't picked up the F yet, that flyer position, which means you got to know all those choice routes that were forced to go to Bo. You may be onto something there, Emilio. I'm with you. I understand what you're saying, Jacob. I get you, Jacob.
When you watch Bo, he was going in motion 3 out of the 4 plays he was out there. Like every time he's crossing the field, and again, one time I saw it. Nothing against Wicks, he had a killer game. I was screaming Don Travion. Okay, that was the only time I was yelling.
Played pretty damn good.
He had a good game.
One drop,
and the other time I remember Jordan was adjusting him over here, and then brought Tay Wicks in motion back to the other side. So Wicks was thinking maybe one step ahead in his head where I need to be on that play. He still ran a good route and everything, and then that one miscue where he turned turned outside, and Jordan was thinking he was turning in. But yeah, I think Bo was the only one that hammered down all the flyers, and I think Matt kind of had to lean on him because even after that drop, I thought Matt was going to yank him. But I think that he had to stay in there because of that flyer roll.
So to your point, Don Travion had 8 targets. Bo Melton had 5. I'm just saying Savion had 2. Malik Heath 0 targets. And I don't understand that whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, think about it like this, Jacob. When you're playing Madden and you got your number 1 wide receiver on the outside and your number 2 wide receiver on the other far outside,
I hate you.
And you're going 5 wide or trips wide, are you not throwing the drag to the dude on the inside route underneath or the slant on the second inside route underneath, not the 2 dudes on the outside?
I'm probably not throwing to my backup cornerback is what I'm doing.
Jacob said he turns on the second controller and moves it over. That's what he does. So thank you for that super, Randy. Appreciate you, man. Jason Y with the super chat. Appreciate you, pal. That entire Philly defense saw that Savion jet sweep coming from a mile away. And you know what I immediately thought? Did we get our half yard? That's what I thought.
I think we technically.
It was a touch pass.
Right. It was.
It's a pass.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Technically a touch pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're right, Jason. It was rough, bro. God, it was rough. As soon as he went in motion, I'm thinking, and Troy said it on the telecast too, like, I was thinking in real time, please crash. He's going to kill Savion because you had kind of a wide 9 look there, right? So.
And it was Graham, right? The veteran.
Yeah.
So he's seen that.
He wasn't fooled at all. He just licked his chops. He's like, all right, go ahead.
Thank you for the super, Jason. Appreciate you, man. Josh Martin with the super chat. I'm not confident on beating the Giants next week. Man, that's tough. That's a tough look there. I'll tell you, they took the Bears down to the wire. Any given Sunday, boys. They got an interim head coach, too, and we know the numbers on that, boys. Teams usually play pretty darn good. What was you going to say, Emilio?
I was going to say, was it the 96 team or the 2010 team that lost back-to-backs?
I think it was the 96 team we uncovered the other day. Yep, they did lose back-to-back games. You're right.
Okay.
At home?
On that chat. Double check us on that, but I think that was right. Yeah. Was that Jake?
I said they lost back-to-back at home.
I don't know if it was at home.
I don't remember, but I knew it was back-to-back losses.
Right, because we pointed that out like, man, we haven't lost back-to-back in a while.
Yep.
All right. So thank you for the super chat, Josh. I can understand you feeling like that, man. But again, man, it's going to be a new week. We're going to dive into the tape and look and see what the Giants are doing and see what adjustments they may make with Brian Daboll no longer in the driver's seat there. But thanks for hanging out, man. Thank you for the super. H.E. Soder with the super chat. Best thing about today is my 4 years in the Army gets me a free breakfast, cha-ching, and the day off, cha-ching. God, this sucks. And yes, I'm Army drunk. Thank you for your service, Soder. You are the man, brother. Yeah. So, and also shout out to the Marine Corps, right? Birthday. think they just had. So shout out to the Marine Corps. Appreciate everybody that serves in any branch. I hate differentiating between the branches because God knows me having an Army brother and me having Marine friends, boy, they love to go at each other. So I'll let you guys handle that. I wasn't brave enough to serve my country, so I appreciate you guys so much.
Veterans Day tomorrow, right, Clay?
Yeah, that's it, man. So here we go. Ryan Santos with the super chat. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate you, buddy. We are wasting this deep. Well, we've come full circle. He says we're wasting this defense. How many times did we hear this defense is wasting Aaron Rodgers? Remember that for so many years? Now we're wasting the defense. The degree of poor execution on offense tells me that the preparation during the week may be the problem. All right. Appreciate it, Ryan. So Ryan's saying, hey, they're not. What are you laughing about? Isn't it funny how it come full circle, though, right? You guys, I wasn't imagining that, right, Jacob? For so long, it was we're wasting Aaron Rodgers with this horrible defense. Now we got a solid defense, and we're wasting the defense.
I mean, look, we've been spoiled. I mean, I think the defense has played exceptional this year, great. With a difference of maybe a couple games. It does feel very different for and we have an offense that we know when they can get going that they're going to be really good. It's just for whatever reason we sputter sometimes, and we sputter hard. And today was one of those days where it makes you scratch your freaking hair out and just absolutely bite your nails to the point where it's very frustrating. I understand why a certain portion of the fan base is going to be upset this game. But you know, it just, we are still in good position. I believe that Ryan said that had we won this game, we'd be at 93% chance to make the playoffs. Even with a loss here today, we're going to be at 82% chance to win the playoffs or to be in the playoffs. So the sky's not falling. Like we talked about, I think that in our mock scenario, I was around with you. I was around 11 to 13 wins. This is one that I had us losing. It's just tough coming off of the Carolina loss that I did not have us losing. I'm pretty sure you did not either. And that's where, you know, we're going to start looking in the mirror and having to make some tough judgments. But to
win some of these games we had as losses, right, Jake?
Yeah. And if you told us that we would not have our starting center, that we would not have Jaden Reed, that we're not going to have Matthew Golden, that we're not going to have Tucker Kraft, that we're not going to, I mean, just we're keep getting absolutely pelted in the gonads. All right. And we just kind of keep stepping up and like Rocky, and we're like, what else, you know? And it's like, it's tough, but I still think that we have a lot of season left to play. So I'm not willing to throw in the towel yet.
Where did we get pelted at?
In the gonads.
Heard it from a fan right here.
Oh, no, that was perfect. Oh, Ryan, appreciate the super chat, man. But yeah, listen, you're spot on with the defense. The defense
is killer. We've lost 3 games and a tie because of 9 total points. I mean, and all of the losses came with the defense holding the team under 16 total. So
definitely. Seth Ruder with the super. Thank you, Seth. Appreciate you, man. Why didn't we kick 2 57 and 59 yards, I think is what he means, yards, field goals, and then go for it on 4th and 9 later? Trying to remember there. So we had a 57-yard attempt. What he's saying, is that right?
No, when we went for it on 4th, I think we were in plus territory.
Yeah.
I think what he was saying was when we took that delay of game and then punted. When we were going to say go for it, I think that was one of them. Go ahead and send them out there.
And one of them was when we were down 3-0 and we didn't do the punt and ended up going for it on like a 4th and 9 or something.
Why not just try the field goal if you're going to go for it on 4th as opposed to pinning them deep?
Right.
Yeah, you know, the way I see that too, Seth, I wish we had punted. I think the game warranted punting. And once again, there's fans that'll say Matt LaFleur's too conservative, and here's another example of him being too aggressive, right? And whichever side of the fence you fall on, that's cool. We can agree to disagree. But the reason I don't like the field goal in that situation is obviously you're going to lose that 7 yards of field position as well. The ball, if you miss that, I mean, what's the chances of him hitting that kick, right? Let's be honest. So if you're going to go for a 55-plus yard field goal in a 3-point game, it was 3 points at that time. Is that what you guys were saying? If y'all remember,
it was just 3-0. Yeah.
That's
in my take, Clay, it's probably the same way. I'd almost lean going for it more than taking the kick at that point. Just where you're kind of at, you needed a little juice. And not like Matt wasn't leaning on it. Is just the reason why we had to go for it on 4th so many times is because we were 0 for on 3rd down until like the second half. And we couldn't even get a 3rd down.
Right. And kind of what he's saying there is, why later go, 4th and 9 later.
Right.
Yeah. I see what he's saying, Seth. Yeah, I got you, Seth. Thank
What
you
do
for the sentiment, man. Appreciate it.
What do you guys think about a couple of these scenarios? Quick, one, do you think Haversick would have had a better leg to try to boot a 64-yarder? Two, after they let McManus go out there and he just was like, I'm gonna kick it, I don't care what they say, and they just let him did it, and then they realized, oh he don't have it, so then they throw Love back out there. And Love's like, I'll try to do an out route, but they all know that that's exactly what was going to happen. So that was just kind of a stupid moot play. At that point, do you just I saw somebody, I don't remember where it was, J. Cole saying, I wish they would have just thrown the Hail Mary. And do you, at that point, do you think they just should have said, hey, that's our better chance? Like, because obviously McManus the snap was atrocious. It was terrible.
Yeah, and looking back on it, like, of course, if you could have told me if you had a time machine and you just said, hey, you're not going to have a shot at this kick, of course I'd say, well, let's try a Hail Mary, right? But
you're not going to make this kick, you jackass.
You throw that Hail Mary, you also got a chance of getting a PI card, although they tend to let them just play through on that final Hail Mary play, for the most part. So kind of feels like it's always advantage the defense because they can kind of drape on them and they're not going to throw that flag. They'll get raked over the coals. But we need to keep with the super chats, but I just want to mention this. It is such an embarrassment that they're allowing the Eagles to move that early on that tush push.
That's ridiculous, dude.
I don't understand what is so special about the play that they're allowed to move early. And no, you understand what I'm saying? What am I missing there, guys? Because I don't feel like there's enough of an uproar. I know people hate the tush push. I got that. But there's not enough people talking about, hey, forget the fact that it's the tush push play. Any play. If a guard moves 3/4 of a second early, you're getting called for hell. They called us for it the next drive, right? And we wouldn't even
they're like, because
the offense is the Packers got one and now the Eagles got one, and now it's like as if that's supposed to be freaking how it works. Like,
right? No, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They should have called us on our first false start on us. All right, fine, call it for us because then you can call the game fair the rest of the way. Now you're over here having to make up calls. All right, let's give them that one that was super egregious. Even the announcers were talking, and they tried to play it off. Yeah, he won early. It's right. That's what they're talking about with this reffing of it.
And I'm sorry, I don't care who says it. Troy Aikman and Joe Buck are the worst callers in the whole freaking league. I hate them.
They got hold to the wrong stuff.
Jacob, are you just mad that Troy's still handsome at 58 years of age?
He looks like a horse that's been rode hard and put away wet. Come on,
How dare you,
Jacob, sir? I have to strongly. I am confident enough in my sexuality that I can say Troy Aikman's a damn good looking man. All right. That's just the way it is. Y'all can clip that, throw it on Twitter. I don't care. My mother-in-law was downstairs. She was like, how old is Troy Aikman? I said, I don't want to talk about it. It pisses me off.
Here's the guy.
So anyway, Troy is not really. Y'all don't think Troy? That is wild, man. Of course, there's a bunch of guys telling me that. So, anyway, it is.
He's got more plastic in his head than Barbie
I have
does.
put this super chat up 8 times, Jacob, and you keep going to the regular chat.
Sorry, man.
Soder with the super chat says they finally went heavy under center and pistol, and it just sucked. Thank you, Soder. I agree. And they can't block anything up, and they drop passes because Packers. I think he is in the bottle now. I think he is. Yeah, he's in the bottle a bit there. But no, yeah, listen, pistol. I said it last year. You're going to see pistol come back into the NFL pretty heavy because the Rams kind of broke it back out and it was working. I'm not a fan of the pistol. Okay, people probably heard me say that and thought, oh, that means Clayton likes pistol. I don't. I don't like how jammed up everything is in that gun set with the running back behind them. But the advantage is supposed to be the defense has to respect both outside zone runs. Well, hark, we're not running outside zone, so maybe we shouldn't be in the pistol if we're not going to run outside zone, right? So I'm not a big fan of pistol. But again, people think the answer is go under center. That's what Soder's saying is like, your boys got it, right? And couldn't kind of put it together. I'm a big gun fan. I'll always be a gun fan, not just because I'm a redneck, but you guys know football as well. I don't know, man. I was a big fan of McCarthy's offense. I really was. And when we hired LaFleur, it's I wasn't doing the podcast yet, but when I came on the podcast, I came around to LaFleur's offense because it's like, look at the success they're having. They got a top 5 offense every year, but I don't like everything bunched up in those nasty splits. That's where the game is, though, for sure. So, anything you guys want to add to Soder's super chat there, man? Anything?
Nah, there's a bunch of cool Troy Aikman comments, but I can't take the super chats off because Clayton will get mad at me.
Yeah, no, I think Fedor was not. That's fair. And the one run I really did like was when they had Wiley motion from like a wing set into I formation when Jordan was under center. I think it was Josh Jacobs' like longest run. That I did really like. We got a little I formation stretch power kind of look. Besides that was tough, man. Josh was making it happen with not a whole lot of running room. A couple of holes opened up.
Yeah, there you go. I'm just trying to get a screen grab of Troy Aikman to piss everybody off. Let me grab one real quick.
Don't do it.
Yeah, we'll do it. Y'all crack me up. Well, y'all better be some damn Brad Pitt looking ass people out there if you think Troy Aikman's a bad looking man. I'm sorry. Dude. Pack Attack with the super chat. Sorry, guys. This one was on live. I think he meant love. Bench McManus. Don't mean to be negative. Hey, we got you, Pack Attack. Listen, you paid $4.99. By George, you're going to come in here and vent, and we're going to listen to it, all right? Listen, I can understand that you say this one's on love. That fumble was crucial, man. It was. There's no getting around it. And I'm a big Love fan. I think Love's a dude. I think he's a franchise quarterback. I've been very vocal about that since the back half of 2023. But that fumble just can't happen. I mean, you guys seen, I don't text, right?
Yeah.
I blew it up on that one. No, I was just.
So what'd you say?
Some wordy
Get ready to go.
Lost the middle eight and the turnover differential, and then and that was coming off again.
Yeah, right before it was blank and unbelievable. So, when that happens, when that kind of play happens in the middle eight, a turnover in the middle eight, I throw the marker down and go. I need another Diet Coke. No what gun check because it's an uphill battle from that point. You can still win, but boy, it's an uphill battle. So I understand. What do y'all think about McManus? He hit his kick, right?
No,
he wasn't 1 for 1. Other than the one at the end, of course, where it was.
His extra point. Yeah, he was extra point 1 for 1.
So he didn't. That's right. He didn't attempt.
He attempted the 64, came up just short. And
so he just had one attempt. Right.
Pull left. Yeah,
he hit the extra point. Got it.
Well, he had 2 attempts, technically.
Jacob over here getting technical. Yeah, I don't know.
He kicked the one that he shouldn't have been able to kick, where they're like, why did they let him kick it? And then they took him off the field, put Love back on, and then they let him.
So you counting that as a miss, Jacob?
Well, I mean, it's just weird that they let him do it. And then he went and actually kicked it, and then
can't even hit the face kick.
Get him out.
How do y'all feel about benching McManus, though? Would y'all bench McManus or not? Where are y'all at on that situation? I didn't see anything tonight to go. We should bench him.
I just think that I really do think that Haversick would have had the guy hit a 61-yarder not too long ago, so I think that he may have had just a little bit of a younger leg where he could have maybe had an extra 3 yards. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
I still think I'm on McManus because I'm not trying to change. I'm not trying to change what we already know and have a lot of data on for his performance in big games. Yeah, Haversick can bang a couple, but I don't know. I'm not willing to make that jump yet and put all our faith in it because we could be right there. What was it? The Raiders game? Who was it? Anders Carlson that was kicking for them. My man just shanked it. He was on same side as the same hash. And shanked it near post. Like, I don't want to go back to those days. Like that's you could fall back on that with Haversick so quickly. You have no idea.
No. I can understand that. Yeah, I can understand that. Hey, listen, I understand if you're not like completely sold on McManus. To me, it's all about expectations. And going into the year, I talked about it. I'm like, I said McManus kicked over 90% right last year, right? Coming into this year, you're being unrealistic if you expect him to hit over 90% of his kicks again. That's just something that, it's probably not going to happen. And that's kind of where we're at right now. But the thing about Haversick, Jacob, I'm to the point where I almost just want him to do it just to see, because I'm tired of hearing people, and this isn't a shot at you. I'm just saying everybody thinks that Haversick is a great kicker. And I'm going, there were 32 teams in the league. Probably at least 20 of them could use a great kicker. If he's so good, why was he not on a team? He comes in and he kicks that bomb of a kick and hits everything that we asked him to hit, obviously. He definitely made the most out of his opportunity. But I'm to the point where I want an answer, because there's always going to be, not that you're doing this, Jacob, but there's a portion of the fan base that's going to hang that up here until we know for sure. So I can understand why people would want to try.
I think with kicker, it's more like you get like golfers. They get good with their drive for like 3 or 4, tournaments, and then all of a sudden they just lose it. And like I feel like that's kind of what they you son of a Don't you do that. That's okay. First of all, that's Troy Aikman from like 10 years ago. You can't do that.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah.
Amelia, you think it's an old picture of Troy?
No.
Look, what's his right eye doing? His right eye is trying to get away from the rest of his face. Get out of here, Troy Aikman.
Jacob. Man, you're so mean. You're such a mean person.
I hate the Cowboys with a passion. My cousins used to always make fun of us in the 90s every time they'd beat us. So, no, he gets no slack.
Jacob keeps marking comments in there. They're just randomly popping up. He's like nudging me in different directions. So anyway, Pack Attack, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Godsmack AR69. Oh, we're gonna get some unspecial teams. Was that him that was doing that or no?
Oh yeah. No, that was Eldegrim, wasn't it?
I don't remember. Anyway, Godsmack says with the super chat, thank you, buddy. He says everything just seemed too difficult for the offense the past 2 games. It feels eerily similar to 2022, where sustained drives seemed almost like an impossible task. I feel bad for the defense. I can kind of see him drawing that parallel there, Emilio, with 2022. It does kind of feel like you can't put those long drives together, you know?
Yeah. No, absolutely. The offense just feels like it's just sputtering. I mean, the heartbeat of Josh Jacobs is carrying this team and moving them forward. I think that the passing game is just hitting speed bumps, man. I don't know what it is. I think that Matt was I thought Matt schemed him up pretty decent today. I thought he was getting guys open. I thought that Jordan was seeing most of it. He was standing in the pocket at the beginning, got a little flustered, I think, second and third, and kind of was standing in the fourth. But that's tough.
Sound like Jacob ripped the bong over there or something. Just what's going on? But anyway, Godsmack, thank you for the super chat, man. I agree with what you said there. It does kind of feel, like something's missing there for sure. Jason Y with the super chat, thank you, buddy. I think we need a mock draft to cheer us up. We're getting mock draft requests November the 11th. Now he is going to rip the bong. Look at this. So yeah. So anyway, mock draft does make you feel better for sure.
You don't say that.
You don't say that. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate the laugh there, buddy. Ryan Santos with the super chat. Thank you, sir. Jacob dissing Yaroy, I think you meant Troy, okay, has me in tears. A horse that was worn too hard. Ha, 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 ha. So, man, I can't believe y'all dogging on my boy over here. This guy bagged Lori Morgan in the 90s, guys. Are you kidding me? And he's still hanging around. Can't believe y'all bashing on him, man.
Who?
Unbelievable. What? What? Lori Morgan? Jacob?
No idea who you're talking about.
Yeah,
this guy going to grow up on his grandpa's farm and not listen to country music. Unbelievable. How old were you in 1995, Jacob?
I was 8.
Damn, that was some tough, man. All right, anyway. In the chat, let me know if y'all know who Lori Morgan is. Anyway. Thank you, Ryan.
Saying, who the hell is that? Who's that? Aikman, that's terrible.
Steven jumped in here and just said, here's $1. This show sucks.
Scared money don't make money.
Thank you for the super there, Steve. Appreciate you, man. All right, one more super just came in, and we'll get to those that you got, Mark. Mike Witt with the super. Thank you, buddy. Hey, guys, I've been a supporter of Matt, but his specialty is offense. In the last 2 weeks, the offense has been terrible. This keeps up the rest of the year. I think Matt will be squarely on the hot seat.
Just
so
the tip, though.
just the tip of the hot seat. What would it take for Matt to be on the hot seat for me? I'm gonna try to respond to that. It would take the Packers having their offense ranking outside of the top 15 and the Packers missing the playoffs, where I'd be like, okay, now we can have the conversation. But until that happens, I just don't. Again, man, people hate hearing it. They hate hearing it, but hey, I responded to one of Ryan's tweets earlier talking about this guys running the wrong routes. Multiple times they ran the wrong routes. You had receivers dropping passes. You had Love missing receivers. You had the protection breaking down. You had penalties, illegal formation penalties, this and that. I responded and said, sounds like the youngest team in the league to me. It is what it is. We can love the fact he's only 24. Man, that guy's only 26. That guy's only this. You got people like Lane Johnson, who's 112 years old. It looked like he couldn't walk. Goes to the back, gets a shot, comes back, finishes the game. And that's
on my knee.
Nobody said it was a perk, Emilio. All right, but I don't know, man. I just feel like those when you got a team that's littered with veterans like that, you get a little more out of them in those specific situations. Does that make sense, guys, or y'all disagree there?
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree with that. I just there's
That's
no
a
way. No, honestly, I mean, I think that people are overreacting for sure. But I think it's fair to, label some criticism right now, and it does feel like we're just stuck in a rut right now, and we're not quite sure the identity and what to do. I to Emilio's point, I just think that this team is so much better on offense when we're up tempo, and it just is baffling to me that we don't do it more until we absolutely need it, and then we just get points when we try to force it, and it's like, let's go back to that. Let's try to make it a part of our offense.
Yeah. Emilio, you got anything to add to that, man? You ready to run Matt LaFleur off or no?
No. Like Jacob was saying there, I like that we're young. I think that the speed. Oh, look at that thing! I think that the speed is is a good thing for us. I think that's probably why the tempo runs us. I think that's probably why we do better in tempo. But again, I think I wouldn't put Matt on the hot seat. We'd have to lose like the rest of our games. Put Matt on the hot seat. I really do think he can call it up. Yeah, maybe that maybe needs a little bit more in his ear during the game, but it's not like dude's. I mean, he doesn't need to be paying attention when the defense is out there doing their thing. Dude was turned around using the water cooler as a table to get the rest of the film. While on the field, the dude knows what he's doing, knows what he's looking for. You saw him almost spike the tablet 3 times because he saw the dude wide open, had the guy open, had the look, hit Bo in the hands, dropped it, had another inside, a dig open, nothing. It's Rome lays out for it through the fingertips, and you don't get him back in. It's not. Wouldn't put it on Matt. I really wouldn't.
And when the argument is, you can't, and Mike's not saying this obviously, but when the argument is he can't scheme guys open anymore, I'm like, I just got to say I disagree. Like, I don't want to be rude. Like, what I want to respond with is, are we watching the same game? Like, when they're showing it on the TV broadcast, you don't even have to go to the All-22 to see it. It's pretty blatantly obvious there are guys open. So again, and Ryan's tweet was, it feels like this team's trying to sabotage Matt LaFleur. And I was like, we all know they're not. Ryan knows they're not, but it does kind of feel like, damn, what is going on? Like, how can it be that bad? And I keep coming back to, probably because they're the youngest team in the league. But thank you, Mike. And to Mike's credit here, or to defend Mike a little bit here, he's saying if this continues, let's put that in perspective. If the Packers average 7 to 10 points every game scored for the rest of the year, Matt LaFleur going to be on the hot seat. No doubt about it. Do we expect him to do that? Probably not, right? And Mike's not saying that's going to happen. So anyway, thank you, Mike. Appreciate the super chat, buddy. Let's go back to some of these. Joseph says Troy Aikman looks like he wears a human meat costume. So he said Troy Aikman looks like he says he puts the lotion in the basket. You can't. Appreciate that. We'll rattle through these. We got another super chat that just came in. Coach Lynn, Sean Ryan did not look bad at center. I agree, man. I agree. Didn't look too shabby, right?
And that's what we were talking about pregame. I'm happy with that 5 because you have Sean Ryan as the swing 3 inside. He can play center. Jordan Morgan hasn't played center for us. Came into literally happened this game. Not like we wanted it to, but man.
Yeah. Respect Orange just says Daryl makes skin suits for Troy Aikman. All right. Now I will say this. I'm a little worried about our boy Daryl. We ain't seen Daryl in a while. Right?
Yeah, where is Daryl? You bought a polar bear?
Getting cold season.
Yeah. What is it?
It's getting to be cold season up there. Extra cold.
Man, they got to dig down under the earth and just hibernate, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Are you? Are you saying?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's going to be cold season, though.
Coach Lynn says, I don't want to be the youngest team in the league anymore. I don't need a coach. I don't. And mainly because I don't want that excuse anymore, like, to be honest with you. But people will look at that. That's an excuse. That's an excuse. And look, I can respect that people feel that way. But whether you think it's an excuse or not, it's the reality. Why does every other team in the league not compete to have the youngest team? Probably because there's going to be mental mistakes, right? And there's going to be guys that aren't physically built for the NFL coming right out of college. It takes a couple of years to kind of get your legs under you, right? Get your feet on you. So I'm with you, Coach. I don't want to be that anymore either, man. So the super chat, Rodney Jens says, I agree, Clayton. there were opportunities, but it's up to the players to perform. The O-line was better, but still allowed too much pressure and a few dumb mistakes. Yeah, there was. Is it just me, Rodney? You let us know in the chat too. Did it not feel like there was way more pressure in the first half than the second half? Did y'all feel like that, or was I just imagining that? It felt like in the second half the O-line settled down, but was that them going into a shell, playing the clock now? Was it more of that? What do you guys think?
I thought it was first quarter he was kind of okay. Then second and third, it felt like they were getting to him a little bit. He was getting a little flustered. And then fourth, he kind of calmed back down again and was kind of having his feet under him.
So when you say calm back down, do you feel like he was being pressured into that situation, or do you think maybe Jordan was just getting a little too antsy?
I think he was getting a little antsy second and third. And then fourth cooled down because, like, I got to clutch it. When his tongue was wagging and he hit Wicks on that out route.
Dude. Isn't
like,
that
okay,
crazy?
I was like, all right, no, Jordan's in the zone. We're good. We got 7. So we got it. But then, you know.
Jacob says it at the club, too. When the tongue comes out, you know you're about to make the money. You know what I'm saying? It's money time right here, baby. We got
Just the tip, though.
Just Rodney, thank you for the super chat. You were toxic tonight, Emilio. I'm gonna put you in timeout.
Bro, that's fun. Isn't that funny how he does? He locks in and he just has that weird, like, and you're like, all right, he's doing the snake move. So he must be locked in. But it is crazy.
That's when Jake working the door says, we splitting tips tonight. We splitting. Thank you, Rodney. Appreciate you, man. Ryan with the super chat says, yes, they are the youngest team in the league, but most have 3 years of playoff experience. At what point does the lack of execution fall on Matt? Here's the thing. You got to break. This is how I do it, Ryan. I'm not telling you how to fan. I break it down into specific plays, right? Last week, the crucial fumble. Who was it, right? It was Savion, a rookie, okay? Today, the crucial drops from our boy Bo Melton, right? That's his first year playing corner, which means they took all those practice reps away from him on the jugs playing receiver, right? So you've got a young player they're trying to find a spot for on the roster because they love him on special teams. And lo and behold, like Emilio said, that's your most experienced flyer. Again, why was he playing flyer, Emilio? Why? Why was he playing flyer?
He's the only one that knows the flyer. Well, you don't Savion's because Savion's not ready. Matthew Golden's hurt and out, and Jaden Reed's hurt and out.
Yeah. So you've got young players that aren't ready to take on the choice route aspect of the flyer position. Therefore, you got to go to a backup cornerback to play flyer. Again, that's the result of the youngest team. Yeah, and what you're saying is correct, Ryan, that most of them have 3 years of playoff experience. Yes. But again, where are the mistakes being made? Right. And you come in and you go, okay, why does Bo Melton get all those targets? We got to watch the all 22. I imagine the other guys are going to be covered up with the looks, right? So they're basically saying, hey, when 16's out there, make him beat us. That's
well, go back, rewatch the game, and sub in Bo Melton for Matthew Golden, and tell me if you don't have an absolute game on your hands. That wasn't Matthew Golden's breakout game.
Right. And when we seen the last couple of weeks, Emilio, them clamping 2 and 3 defenders on goal, right? So, and again, well, you're going, okay, well, Matthew Golden wasn't healthy, wasn't on the field, right? Why? A young receiver who's getting acclimated to a much longer season in the NFL and a much more physical season, right? That's another byproduct of having a young football team. And again, I could be wrong. I'm not trying to kind of speak from a level of authority, but no, I'm just giving my side of the argument. That's what I think of when I think of a young team. I don't think of, well, you got a core group of players that's got a lot of experience. Yeah, every team does. But when it comes down to these crunch time game decisions and plays that are going to decide the game, look who the errors are falling on, right? So, all right, I don't even want to know. Jacob, don't you dare mark it. All right. Mike Witt with the super chat says, I think we miss 11 more than people realize too. He was our Swiss Army knife the last couple of years. Leading receiver, clutch receiver. That's why I was losing my damn mind last year when people were trying to rake him over the coals in the second half of the season. And I'm like, you guys are not paying attention to how they're clamping down on that F, and that should open stuff up over the top. And we're trying to force the ball to Jaden Reed. But boy, oh boy, the second Jaden Reed's injured, we miss him, don't we? That's the other thing that, once again, Matt LaFleur, he's having to run an offense without his number one receiver. And I say number one receiver because he's led the team in receiving yards and touchdowns the last 2 years, right? So, yeah, great point, Mike. Great point there, man. Wade Schiltz in the chat with super. Thank you, buddy. Can you explain to my old fart brain why running from shotgun is better from under center? Passing from the gun, yes, but running too. Thanks. The numbers, Wade. Listen, I'm not. I don't want to sit here and try to put on a seminar. I'm not a football coach. I'm not an expert. Obviously, you can hear it in my voice, but the numbers suggest, especially in Green Bay, I haven't looked around the league. But we did a big study on this the last 2 or 3 years, and people that complain about we need to run under center, we need to run under center, the numbers suggest you're more effective running out of gun. That's what the numbers show. And on top of that, Ryan did a breakdown. Did you listen to that pod the other day, Amelia? I thought about you because we had this conversation where Ryan did a pod and they broke down the running situation. Did you hear the success rate in gun as opposed to under center?
Yeah, I want to say it was like 54% in gun and like 47% in under center.
Nothing dramatic, right?
Right. But by the numbers, yeah, it is better. And I'm one of the ones that I do like running under center too. You get looks out of gun, but it also kind of gets you. It gets you, into a little bit more of a predictable look because you 80% of the time you're crossing the face of the quarterback, this and that, and those counter runs. But the read option, so you also have other options in gun that you don't have out of under center. You can run the RPO a lot smoother. You can run your read option better. I think if Jordan's seeing that stuff, and we've ran it a few times this year, but I don't know. It's tough. You just get a downhill look, but man, I don't know.
Jacob, you got anything to add to that, man? That doesn't mean highlight another degenerate chat. All right, that means do you have anything on this?
I'm making the mistake of reading the chat right now, and there's just a lot going on.
All right, it's cool.
I do. There are times where I'm like, man, it does seem a little odd that we're, it's like a 4th and 1 and we're running out of the gun. But I understand the analytics there, and honestly, a guy like Josh Jacobs, it seems like it does take him a little bit to sometimes get going. And sometimes he's really good, though, at those kind of like Le'Veon Bell, where he'd have that kind of delayed attack where he kind of picks the hole that he wants to hit. And when he hits, I mean, there's no stopping him. And I really thought that Josh Jacobs ran very, very well out of the gun this game. And I don't blame any part of this loss on Josh Jacobs personally. I thought that he played absolutely amazing tonight. If anything, I would like to see what he could do. Did you guys ever beg more? Because me and Emilio in the chat would be like, oh, look, they're going heavy. Like, we're bringing in Kennard for like the heavy, like kind of jumbo set. We were ecstatic anytime we were in an I formation. Is it weird that it seems like the Packers have not had, I mean, I don't remember the last time we had a true fullback other than maybe, wasn't it like Aaron Rippon or something like that? Or remember that guy that I think he fumbled? Ripkowski, he fumbled, remember, against the 49ers, like in a key situation. And it seems like we've never went back to the eye in any sort of kind of like true form.
Think about this, Jake. I'm going to put you on the spot here. Name the top 3 fullbacks in the NFL right now.
There ain't none no more.
Patrick Ricard, the other dude from the Chargers, and somebody else.
Patrick Ricard is thick.
He's thicker than a
Is that the Chargers guy that's like 320
No,
pounds?
that's the Ravens dude. The Chargers guy is the next fullback.
No, that's what I'm talking about. Chargers guy. He's actually like a lineman, like a convert. He's like 300 pounds.
Oh, yeah. No, he's thicker than Patrick Ricard.
That dude's on blood thinner, bro. My man, he is thick. The only other thing about under center is when you're taking that back step to get going, if the running back takes like a deep back step, I think you get a little bit more drive coming from under center versus out of the shotgun. Under that 4th and 1, I didn't love the inside zone dive. I would have liked Jordan to get under center and sneak that. Yes.
Or even, get under center, fake sneak it, quick pitch out to Josh Jacobs, let him get on the outside. Something a little bit schemier than just a quick dive under, because they got the jump, man. They had the jump on us on that one.
Yeah. Mike Witt with the super chat. Thank you, Mike. He says it won't get talked about much, but the 3rd and 10 pass to Musgrave, stay on your feet, Luke. Jesus. Trying to think. We converted on that, right? Am I thinking right? Hold up, man. Let me see.
No, I think that was the 4th and 1.
He went down with the 4th and 1.
I think that was the 4th and 1 we got the dive on.
I know what he's talking about, because I immediately thought Tucker picks that up.
I was just going to say, as soon as I saw that, I went, Tucker absolutely finds a way to get another 2 yards after the contact and gets the first down.
Go ahead, Emilio. What were you saying, bro?
But all I was going to say was, but it didn't end up mattering anyway, because our defense still got to stop, and then we still went down and scored, after the –
right.
But it's like – but yeah, no, I know that's That's it. I mean, that's where you would like him to kind of put your head down and go through the 3 instead of dive a little short.
Yeah, makes sense for sure. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you. Coach Lynn said we are not executing basic day one poopy on offense right now. And here's what's crazy is I read your comment, Coach. I went back to 2022, right, where they flipped the roster with this young roster for Aaron. It's one of the reasons why Aaron said, okay, I'm out, guys. We're not winning a championship with this team right now. And he wanted out. I have Mike Wall on the podcast regular basis. And I remember asking Mike Wall, what's wrong with the offensive line? He said, what do you think's wrong with it? And I said, I think we're running too much split flow. And he went, what's split flow? And I'm like, split zone. Like, and I was like, SIP block. Oh, and he went, okay, gotcha. They call it something else, whatever. Right. So I said, I think we're running too much split flow. He said, Clayton, we can't run basic. I about said the bad word like Coach did. He said, we can't run basic. I went, I got it. That's immediately what I thought of, Coach. So it's kind of like we're back to square one with that. And again, let's look at the offensive line, guys, for just a second, okay? Left tackle, right? Rasheed Walker, he's been in the league. This is his 4th year, right? So consider him a veteran, right? Left guard, Aaron Banks, he's a veteran, right? I think we would all agree. Center is Elton, but he goes out and you got Sean Ryan. This is Sean Ryan's 4th year, veteran, right? Right guard, Jordan Morgan's 2nd year player. That's your youngest player. Zach Tom veteran. So you can't blame it on them being too young there, not being able to run basic day one stuff if we're talking specifically about the offensive line. However, coaches probably, it's more of a broader statement there, I would imagine.
All starts,
Illegal formations.
Jumping. Yeah, illegal formations, covering up. But I do love that we went heavy 70 or whatever we're going to call it. 70 bacon or 70 jumbo. I don't remember running it really that much. I mean, he was in there. How many snaps do I have for Kennard?
Maybe 5 or 7 times, something like that.
And he had a penalty too, though, didn't he?
Yeah, he was the one that has the big he was lined up on the line of scrimmage when he should have been off.
But it wasn't that. Yeah, he was on the line of scrimmage.
He reported, but he was covered, right?
Bo was covering him. But I think you are right, Jacob. I was thinking it was Bo on the line and covering him, but I'm not sure if Kennard could come off. He had 4 snaps though. Not great, but that's really the first time I remember the offense kind of running that. And we had success out of a couple of those and then the penalty.
Yeah.
All right. Jacob, is there anything else you want to hit before we jump into the box score here, man? You got anything else? Any chats you want to touch on? Anything like that?
You can't do that to me, dude. No, I think that we're all caught up on the chats as far as the stuff that I can share. There's definitely some colorful conversations going on right there. It is what it is. I think that I saw somebody said we should call it the U70 bacon formation. It is what it is.
All right. Emilio, you get anything else you want to hit before we jump into the box score here, man?
I just want to know 3rd down, red zone, turnovers, and penalties, and I'll be fine.
Got it. Wade with the super chat. Thanks for the response. Wade is fine. Thank you, Wade. I got to get better at that. I don't want to disrespect people and leave their last name off. You know what I mean? But I need to start doing it. Sure. So thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. All right. Let's get into it, boys. Jalen Hurts finishes the night 15 of 26 for 183 yards passing, 1 touchdown, no picks. He was not sacked all night long. Kind of a cage rush, right? I felt like we held their offense pretty well in check. How do you guys feel about that? Are you satisfied with how we handled Jalen Hurts in this passing attack that we pointed out? They had one of the best wide receiver tandems in the league. Now, I know Devonta Smith got us there at the end, obviously, but how do you guys feel about how we held Jalen Hurts here? We'll just go rapid fire with some of these questions as we hit the box score.
Yes, I would say I was very happy with it. Only 2 big plays really on their offense was the 60-yard pass or 40-yard pass or whatever, and then the 30-yard post route or corner.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Rodney Jens with the super chat. Thank you, Rodney. We'll hit these as they come in if you guys keep firing them. Mike Wall was saying last week the O-line needs to work on their blocking skills more yet. Mike is a big technique guy, right? That's something he teaches. He actually does that. His post-career, if you will, post-football career, I should say. So that's something he still works with offensive linemen actually in the league. Last I checked, last time I talked to him. So, makes sense, man. Everything comes back to fundamentals. It really does. It's not what us fans want to hear sometimes, but it's true. Thank you, Rodney, for the super chat. Saquon Barkley held him 22 carries for 60 yards. Pretty good day at the office there, right, boys?
Oh, boy. We got some breaking news going on right here.
What you got, man? Elton Jenkins news or what?
Yeah.
What you got?
Per Rob Domofsky, it says Elton Jenkins suffered a fracture. Doesn't specify what type of fracture, but just says he has suffered a fracture. So it sounds like we probably are going to be without Elton Jenkins for a few weeks at the very least, probably more like months.
Sean Ryan's show has begun, folks. We'll see. Now here's what's cool. This isn't a shot at anybody. I've talked about not being happy with Elton Jenkins' play too. Now we're going to see, right? If this offensive line takes a big step back, then, man, Elton was better than we thought. If they hold steady with what they've been doing, Elton wasn't doing anything special, right? And it is the Nacho Libre show now. So there you go.
Can I give you a weird quote that Ryan Wood just tweeted out?
I don't know. It sounds kind of creepy. Let's hear it. Look.
No, it says stunning. Josh Jacobs heard Eagles defense call out Packers play before the fourth down stop late in the fourth quarter. They knew exactly what was coming. He quoted to say, "As a runner, I don't ever feel good. It changed my mind on how I was going to run the ball, if I'm being honest." So they were calling out literally the plays before we were.
So is he saying he changed the run himself when he got the ball? Is that how you are interpreting that?
It sounds like more that he was afraid to kind of commit after he understood that the defense knew exactly what play they were going to run.
And it looked like they knew too, right, Emilio? They were in the backfield.
He must have just screamed inside zone, quick dive, or something. And he goes, okay, if they think maybe that's why it was everybody looked at it as an outside zone. I think they probably called quick dive. He went, said, nope, I'm going to go outside. That didn't work. Tried to pitch it to J Love, fumble.
Got it. Nebraska Red with the $5 dono. And if you guys are topping something or you accidentally hit send before you top something, we'll try to keep an eye in the chat. If you guys will see if Nebraska Rev has a question, we'll make sure that we hit that for them. Sometimes that happens. I super chat some of my favorite shows too. And sometimes I'll hit the super chat before topping like, oh crap. But yeah, appreciate it, Rev. If that's just a dono, thank you for that too, man. So Jacob, thank you. Keep those updates coming. If you hear anything else, continue here. So Devonta Smith, 7 targets, 4 catches, 69 yards, and a touchdown. A.J. Brown, 3 targets, 2 catches, 13 yards. Emilio, how did you feel about Carrington Valentine? I thought he played pretty well.
Yeah, he was a dog. He was out there jumping on it. He was really sitting on those routes. I thought he played great on the corner there. He's physical, talks a little bit, but he's gotten so much better, right? He'll talk, turn right away. Go right over the sideline. Yes, sir. I was this close. Almost picked it from Smith. I was, up in Brown's face. Doesn't matter who the receiver is. I thought Val had a great game.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a good corner for a long time for Green Bay, man. I think he's going to be here for a while. I really do.
Early grades on Valentine with a 72-2, 64. So yeah, that was right. That was the only thing was that spin move when Barkley beat him on that. He got a 29-6 for a tackling grade. Without him beating him on that spin move, I think Carrington had the 80+.
If you want the full quote from Rob Domofsky, he's saying, according to sources, X-rays show Jenkins has a fracture. The Packers announced it's an ankle injury, but it's possible it could be a lower leg. A fracture might actually be better than the torn ligaments for Jenkins to possibly return this season.
Yeah, especially if it's something like a hairline fracture or something, right?
Right.
He was quoting LaFleur saying that Elton Jenkins' ankle injury, quote, doesn't sound promising.
All right, never mind. His leg falling off. I watched Dumb and Dumber earlier, by the way.
His heads are falling off.
First thing I just thought he was real quiet.
No, dude, the best low-key quote of that is when he's like, his head fell off? And he goes, yeah, he was pretty old.
Yeah. Unbelievable. All right, let's go to Jordan Love, the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love finished the night 20 of 36, 176 yards passing, no touchdowns, no picks. He was sacked 3 times for a loss of 19 yards. So what that screams to me is he wasn't a difference maker tonight. All right. Now, lost in those statistics there for quarterbacks is the fumble, huge mental mistake. Am I wrong? Am I being too hard saying that cost us the game, that one play?
It cost us at 3 points. That probably would have put it towards a tie, and it would have changed the way the Eagles played the game later on.
Yeah.
I think it was a bad mental error. I want to say it does, but I don't want to put it all on J Love. I don't think they played great. I don't think it was just on that fumble though. I think a couple of those I think we put them like we wouldn't have had that if we didn't have the false start or whatever that happened 3 plays earlier. It's like, why are we even doing this to ourselves? We're literally putting our foot in our mouth every drive.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. Josh Jacobs, 21 carries, 74 yards, and a touchdown, had a long of 11 yards. So the team finished. Jordan Love had 5 carries, 28 yards. So that makes the rushing numbers look a little bit better than they actually were, right, with those scrambles. But this might be a good time to do this, Jacob. I got the notes here, sir. Did McManus hit a field goal?
No.
We missed that one. Did Dobbs have 12 fantasy points?
No.
We missed that one. Did Parsons have more than a quarter of a sack?
No.
We missed that one. Did Watson have over 2.5 receptions?
I think he may have, but
He did not.
Doesn't matter.
For Christian.
No, he didn't. Okay, no.
Scared money don't make money.
People are unsubbing the channel right now. Why am I listening to this guy? Musgrave, did he have 2 catches?
Yes.
Yes. See, we're back in business. Let's go. Hurts, did he have 32.5 rushing yards? Did we say over or under on that? We said
We went under.
Yeah.
We got that one too.
We got it. See, we're good, boys. We're 2 of. Yeah, we got 2 and missed 4. The parlay don't cash like that, does it, Jacob?
It does not.
Do that, you're gonna get your ass kicked in that.
All right. Anyway. Go ahead, Jacob.
Real quick, Justice Mosqueda has an interesting post. He says Brandon McManus is 3 of 9 outside of the red zone this year. That kind of puts a weird perspective on what's going on right now in the kicking game.
Yeah, 3 of 9 outside of the red zone. That's bad numbers. That's not good, Emilio. That's not good numbers.
Yeah, me no like you that. But again, like I said, I don't kick outside of the 30 anyway in college football. That thing goes back and forth. I don't mess with that, man. I really don't.
Well, when you put it that way,
I'm a go for it kind of guy anyway. But I get it, man. Jacob, you go out there and try to kick 150 plus, man. That thing is all over the place.
Emilio, let me ask you a question.
It's not easy.
Have you ever spent more than 5 recruiting points on a kicker in college football?
Oh yeah.
Really?
I'll go out. I'll pull a Bears, man. I'll go out and recruit that dude first weekend. I'll put 50 on that man. He's coming. He's coming. I'll take the best 3-star kicker there.
You can go meet his family and bring him all the stuff.
And he's only kicking 40 and in.
Seen that like Nick Saban dancing in the living room? Y'all seen that video of Nick Saban?
He said,
I'm not going to, so quit asking.
Show sucks so bad, man. So bad. All right. Jake O said that's what she said. All right. So Christian Watson, 4 targets, 2 catches, 45 yards. Dontavion Wicks, 8 targets, only 4 catches, 38 yards. Why do I feel like he had a better day than that? 8 targets, only 4
because
catches.
three or four of those were all first downs on third down.
Yeah.
He ran like 3 out routes that got us first downs.
Okay, gotcha. So it was 3rd and Wicks today.
Yeah, it was. It was 3rd and Wicks.
Got it. All right. Josh Jacobs ended up with 5 catches for 33 yards. So he finished today 33 plus. So he finished over 100 total yards today, right?
Yeah.
Pretty decent day.
Pack Daddy just tweeted 1 minute ago. Haven't yelled that much on a podcast since 2018. Felt so good. I feel a lot better. So tune in tomorrow morning to see what Pack Daddy has to say. It probably sounds like my voice right now. So
scan the QR code in the upper right and go listen to this crazy Caucasian rant about the Packers. Check it out. So Packernet podcast. And he probably disowns us just like we disown him. So Bo Melton, 5 targets, 2 catches, 28 yards. Luke Musgrave, 3 targets, 3 catches, 23 yards. A little bit of a plus, right? Caught every target as well.
3 for 3.
Yeah, I would have liked to seen them use him a little bit more, to be honest with you, but easier said than done. Romeo Dobbs, this is kind of a surprise. 4 targets, 1 grab, 5 yards. Now, it does help when the Eagles defender is hanging on his back as he's trying to run that dig route, right? Like
that was crazy.
That was a penalty, right?
100%.
Yeah, okay, just making sure. All right. And then we had Emmanuel Wilson, 1 target, 1 catch, 2 yards. Savion Williams, 2 targets, 2 catches, 2 yards. My man lit it on fire. He's averaging a yard a catch.
Hey, but did you see how well he was holding on to that football, Clay, every time he got in his hand?
Better.
Off the bounce, he had 2 hands on it. And then on that jet sweep, 2 hands on it.
They're going to send his ass back to Omaha, and he don't even live there. You know what I mean?
Come on now.
Better hold on that football.
Just real quick, if you guys could, we have over 1,700 watching. If you could hit that like, share, and subscribe. I don't know why you're doing it, but if you're going to be here, just hit the like and the subscribe.
I put the team on my back, dude.
All right. Defensively, Xavier McKinney, 7 total tackles, 4 solo. Evan Williams, again, I don't know how they got that PFF grade. 7 total tackles, 4 solo, 2 tackles for a loss. I don't give him a minus play on that play, that touchdown catch. I don't, man. If anything, I would give it a 0, right? You go -2 to +2. I would give that a goose because I thought he played it about as well as you could ask him to play it, man. It's just a hell of a catch by the
quick look. It looked like 3, either 3 or cover 1 man, but it looked like 3 with X buzzing or cover 1 robber or something because Evan was all by himself out there. Carrington even ran with A.J. Brown underneath, right? Turns around and just watches that play happen.
And he held his water to the stem, didn't he? To the top of the stem and went. That's a good receiver that made that catch, man. So, all right, Quay Walker, 6 total tackles, 5 solo, 2 tackles for a loss. I felt like he had a good game tonight. Did they have a prelim on him?
Quay? Quay had a good game at a 70 flat, 82 run defense, 81 tackling, 55 pass rush, 51 coverage.
Okay, so
Tim was – I bet Tim lost his voice only on the Quay play. I mean, he must have screamed. He was just telling everybody in a 10-mile radius that Quay made that play.
Yeah, definitely. McDuffie, 6 tackles, 2 solo.
McDuffie had a rough game. McDuffie was rough. We have McDuffie at 31 out of the 63 snaps, and he had a 45 grade, 47 run defense, 78 tackling, 55 pass rush, 54 coverage.
Got it. Entering Cooper, 6 total, 2 solo. How about him?
Coop was crushing it, but not on the PFF grades. 52-7. He was the third lead. It was Cooper, Evan, and Isaiah. And that's where I was. I felt like they all had decent games, but there was like 1 or 2 mistakes from each of them that crushed their grades. Coop had a 52-7, 55 run, 46 tackling, 71 pass rush, and a 48 coverage.
That's like a meal of being like, I did really good in school. If you don't look at my grades there.
I never did.
He was crushing. PFF said he sucked. J. Cole says, put Hopper out there. How do y'all feel about that? He said Hooper, but I think he meant Hopper. How do y'all feel about it? Is it time to give Hopper some meaningful snaps, or do we stick with McDuffie? McDuffie's been grading out well, right?
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Asked Jacob a question. He said, yeah.
Well, I mean, just because, like you said, one bad day, do we want to try to take all the stuff that McDuffie's kind of – I think he's been stacking good games this year. I think he's been grading in nearly the 80s, if I'm not mistaken. It's always intriguing to see if we have another younger up-and-coming guy like Hopper that we could, exchange. But at this point in the season, I'm not quite sure if I'm there yet, but I'm interested to find out what we got in him for sure.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's it, Coach. That's exactly it. McDuffie was getting picked on. What happened in the other previous games when we played against them and McDuffie? Remember Saquon caught that? What was that? A wheel route over McDuffie's head? Nothing against him, but you get your matchup. It was what's that one video? Where's my? I'm looking for him. Where is he at? There's my B. There he is. And that's all it was.
We got Locksmith in here, says go Birds. Hey, congratulations on the win, man. You guys you played well enough to get the dub. You guys are a scrappy team. You continue winning these close games. You figure out how to get those dubs. Sirianni, man, you can't argue with the winning percentage. He's got the ring. You guys got it going on. So congratulations, man. Hopefully we see you in the playoffs.
Is that a little man with the caddy right there?
I like that. That's pretty sick, right?
The 20s on that?
Like one of Jacob's bodyguards. So Kobe Wooden had a tackle for a loss. What's his grade, man?
The general. Why don't you put some respect on his name right now? Prelims, number 2 on the team. I think that's the second or third game Kobe's been ranked second on the board. 83 flat, 76 run defense, 72 tackling, 53 pass rush, 65 coverage from our man Kobe Wooden, the general.
I felt like Keyshawn had a good game. What did they say?
Keyshawn had a decent game, 11th. On the stat sheet, played all 63 snaps, 67-8, 74 run, 79 tackling, 63 coverage.
Okay. All right. Now, Micah Parsons, I got to be honest, he got a few. I feel like he got a couple pressures. I didn't feel like he played great. I didn't feel like he's that X factor tonight that I was hoping he would be, right? And we knew it was going to be a cage rush, a little touch spot and things. Rushed upfield that one time, allowed Jalen Hurts to get out of there and pick up I think he converted on that play. Do they got Micah Parsons in the 90s, Emilio?
Oh, Clay, I'm sorry, my friend. Yeah, you're going to have to take an L on that one. Micah Parsons, 89-7, best player on the team, 60 runs, 72 tackling, 91-4 pass rush.
At what point do we feel like they're being a little biased towards Michael Parsons? Did you feel like he played 89 tonight? Be honest with me. Yeah, it's okay to
I would give him I'd probably say he was about an 80, to 75, 80. He was getting there. A couple of times I saw my man on his back, on the ground, and Jalen was running around him. A couple of times, yeah, he did rush it. When I think of Micah, sometimes you think about the closer aspect. What did he do in the last 2 minutes, and what did he do of the second and the fourth? And when he made Jalen Hurts throw it on that second down and they had to use that, we didn't have to burn a timeout. I said, okay, Micah, right there, for you not getting a pressure, that made up for it for me right now. We just need to keep moving forward in the game at that point. But yeah, that's I don't know about an 89, but we'll see when they redo him.
I don't give a shit if it's Halloween.
I thought it was more of like a 75, 77 type performance. It was odd to me. It seemed like a lot of players on both sides had really bad footing on the field. And I'm not sure if that was necessarily because it was nighttime, slick a little bit. But I watched Parsons on 2 or 3 different times where he just kind of lost his footing and lost leverage and just was able to be kind of not really pancaked, but definitely could have been more of a play if I think he had a more sturdy base on his attack there. But I still think he did kind of what we paid him to do. I'm just a little more disappointed in the fact that we couldn't get a sack on this guy, which just seems crazy. Didn't even feel like you're really close,
What about Bullard? Emilio?
Bullard, my man, top 5, baby. 74, played 38 out of the 63, 74 defense grade.
Okay. Gary, I felt like Gary was kind of non-existent tonight.
Non-existent. They had him at 58.
I was going to say I expected him in the 50s. It honestly feels like it's getting to the point with Gary that, again, he started off hot, right? But with the way the contract lays out next year, I'm wondering if big restructure next year, he's gone after that. Kind of feels like they're setting the stage for that, right? Now, Gary could finish the second half of the year strong. I hope he does. But it's kind of like he started really – am I wrong there? He started really fast. Kind of feels like he's hit a little bit of a wall here in the middle of the season.
Yeah, I agree.
But he's just so sound. He's just so sound on like run defense and gaps, it seems like, that I just – you don't see that stuff in the stats.
And I agree with what Holmes said. There was a couple of times he looked gassed. He looked really, really gassed. So – yeah.
You know what I thought was kind of encouraging to see was Baron Sorrell. They put him out there in quite a few packages. It seems like him and Kingsley. And it was weird because they did it on like very crucial series. I believe that they trusted him in there on like 3rd and 2s. I think I saw him in a couple different 3rd and short situations. Mm-hmm. And he really performed well. And for I don't want to say he's small or anything, but for kind of being like a little more slender of a D end or edge, whatever you want to call him, he really does have a lot of strength for his frame. Like it was pretty impressive to see that.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, Baron Sorrell was number 3 on the board, 77-7. Just in front of actually Warren Brinson, who was a 76-9.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I feel like Daniel Whelan was just knocking the hell out of the ball too, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's just I would put him up against any punter in the league, man. I really would. All right. Well, we went long enough here. Let's put this old bird out of its misery. What do y'all think? Parting thoughts as we get ready to wrap up here. Again, we're going to dive into it, guys. Tomorrow we'll give you the finalized PFF grades. We'll kind of rehash everything. And then obviously we'll get Chalk Talk ready for Tuesday or Wednesday, dive into that. It'd be kind of a short turnaround, right? Tomorrow's Tuesday. What the hell am I talking about?
Yeah.
Wednesday we'll do Chalk Talk. Be a quick turnaround. And you got to get ready for the Giants who, like I said, they got an interim head coach coming in. So that's going to be something that it's always tricky. It really is. So sometimes I don't know what it is, but it seems like teams get up for those interim coaches, at least for a game or two, and then they realize, we still suck, and they go back to being sucky. So anything else, Amelia? You're down there reading. You got anything you want to share before we wrap up, man?
We beat them in first downs 18-13. Third down efficiency, we were 5 of 13. They were 7 of 16. Fourth down efficiency, we were 1 of 3. I thought Matt LaFleur doesn't go for it. Total plays 66 to their 60. 3 sacks allowed. They had 0. 5 and 5 punts even. Penalties, they actually had 7 for 61. We had 4 for 20, all of them inopportune and drive killers. We fumbled the ball twice. They did once. They beat us with 4 more minutes of time of possession. That's a recipe right there. 3 sacks, an extra turnover. I mean, losing the efficiency on thirds. Yeah, you got 1/4. You're beating them there, but who cares at that point? You shouldn't be in force, that many times. So.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure that LaFleur is going to get some heat as far as Twitter goes right now. It looks like multiple different snaps were called out by the defense. I don't necessarily know how you get around that other than, just not being forced into a corner kind of thing. But it sounds like that there was multiple different plays where the defense was literally calling out the play to the exact play that we ran. So that's tough. It's a tough look. That's
Emilio over there spamming the same damn halfback dive out of 11 ace.
When you see it, man, you got to call it out. You can lurk some of those. You can sit on those. You can lurk some of those crossers. The problem is you gotta be able to branch off of them.
Nebraska Rev says Aikman still sucks.
Don't you put his freaking name up there? I swear.
I would never do that.
Oh, gee, you dirty dog.
It's a good looking suit, though, by the way. I didn't give me one of those. So. All right, listen, guys, tough loss. You probably tell by our reaction, we're not taking this very hard. Not telling you guys that you don't need to take it hard, but this is one of those you could kind of. We knew it was going to be a tough game. Defending Super Bowl champs, you keep it under 10 points like that, it's going to be hard to win that ball game. If you don't score 10, more than 10 points, more than 7 points, it's going to be real tough. I expected the offense to play better, obviously with the prediction going into the game, but
same. Oh, me too.
Yeah, this ain't the end of the season. You got to rebound though. Got to get it turned around quick. We need Jaden Reed back, right? Tucker's not walking through that door. Now you lost your starting center. You're pretty banged up. We're about to find out what the rest of this team's made of, man. And I'm excited to see what Sean Ryan does, man. I really am. I think he's going to play at a decent level. I'm just glad I immediately thought, oh, here comes the botch snaps. We didn't see none of that, right? So that was a good sign. And, then again, maybe that's why it felt like they were getting off the ball quick. We couldn't go to any kind of mock snap count or anything. You know what I mean? That might have been why they were getting off the ball so fast. But United Base says, I got confidence on the Marine Corps birthday, who always do more with less. We got this. Amen.
Just keep on preaching. Yeah.
Bates went out to go ahead and give 50 different total access memberships. Right.
They're still YouTube is still picking names as we speak. They're still gifting them out. I mean, we got Michael A. Smith, Chuck Jagger, Carl Ward, Chris, the Casual End finally got one. Jason Y. I mean, Dennis Shook got one. Everyone, Elijah Gwen, everybody that's always in here listening. Bates, you are the man.
Yeah, thank you, Bates.
Can't thank you enough.
Too kind. And that actually works out good, too, because tomorrow we're going to do the giveaway for the autographed Lucas Van Ness rookie card. Another guy we're going to be getting back here soon, too, right? So need all the help we can get moving forward, boys. Need it. I think we're going to be okay with Musgrave. Again, different set of skills. We'll dive into it. We'll have plenty of time to dive into it this week. So, again, I'm not hitting the panic button. I'm not. I think this is still a playoff team. I think Mark Tauscher said it best last week. It's a good team, not a great team. That's where we're at right now. And doesn't mean they can't be great by the end of the year. It also doesn't mean they couldn't fall to above average, by the end of the year.
Eagles have beat us, 4 straight? You get them again in the playoffs. It's tough to beat. I mean, like said it last year, it's tough to beat the same team twice. Tough to beat them 3 times in a row. They've beat us 4 times in a row. I think that you see them in the playoffs again. It's going to be a different game.
Yeah, definitely. So that's it, guys. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Sorry it wasn't a win. They're always a lot more enjoyable, but hopefully we got you guys and gals to laugh a little bit after a tough loss. But the Packers dropped one here to the Eagles, 10-7. We will be back tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central for PTA Live. I may go live during the day if we get some kind of updates. You guys know we've been going live randomly in the afternoon, so we may hit some stuff there. But thanks to everybody with the super chats. Thanks to everybody hanging out in the chat. We really appreciate all the support. Emilio, Jacob, thank y'all for staying up, man. You got to work tomorrow, Emilio?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, up at 6:30, 6:45 probably.
I'll be sleeping in, man. I apologize.
That's all right.
I don't know. I might have to get up at 6 and go do some snow removal. Did
you already get the trash cans down?
I got the trash cans down at halftime.
I did it at the end of the game because I walked outside. I with like a minute left. I was like, oh yeah, game's over. I walked outside. I come back in. Oh, we got a chance.
Yeah, right. No doubt, man. That was a weird ending.
Yeah.
It was, yeah. I almost didn't want to win it at the end, like, because everybody's gonna go, oh, well, Sirianni gave it to him. You know, it's like just weird. So anyway, thanks everybody. Y'all have a wonderful evening. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Go Pack, go. You know how it goes here. I hate the Tim sat out there in the cold and they couldn't get him a dub, but consolation prize there, obviously.
They were loud though.
Oh, dude, got to tip your cap. That was the gold package, right? That's a Milwaukee crowd, am I thinking right?
Yeah.
So yeah, they showed up. They showed up and showed out. It was loud. You could tell. There was a couple times that the clock ran down on Hurts because they were having trouble. So shout out to everybody that was out there braving the cold. So all right, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Everybody have a wonderful evening. Thanks to all the super chats again. That's it. I'm done. I'm tired. Bye.
Here we go.
We're out. Bye, guys.